Here's a bit of trivia you may not have known. The first Kiwanis Club in the world was founded by a group of businessmen in Detroit in 1915, which means this month marks the 100th anniversary for the service organization that now has more than 600,000 members around the world. The Detroit Club and Kiwanis International are wrapping up a week-long celebration and convention in the city where it all started. Joining me now are three members of the Detroit Kiwanis Club Number One: Eric Sabree, who's the club president, Jeanette Harris, who's chairperson of the Eliminate Project, and Dr. Barbara Jean Johnson, who's public relations chairperson. Welcome to American Black Journal. I have to admit, before I read that in my script before the show, I did not know that Kiwanis was founded in Detroit, and I wonder if that's something that people generally understand about the organization's history.
I don't think most people really know that.
Yeah,
we've been getting the word out more because of the 100th anniversary that we're celebrating. We've been getting the word out more, and people are excited to hear that it started in Detroit. Yeah,
and what was the idea when they started this? Why did it start, and what was the goal?
In 1914. Alan Brown met with Joseph Prince, who was a tailor on Gratiot. He had a tailor shop on Gratiot. They were forming a businessmen's organization. And what they wanted to do is have camaraderie and networking among business people. So organizations started, but then it turned gradually towards service. And some people left, and then it grew to a service organization. And 2 years after it started, in 1915, it became international because we had Canadian clubs.
Wow. And so that's what you guys are celebrating at the gala.
Yes. We're celebrating all year. So it's just starting.
And the service. Talk about that aspect of it. What's the service component?
The service component is the most important because we're about not just the children of our area or the children of Michigan, but the children of the world. And each club picks a project that makes their signature project, but at the same time we have an international project, which is the one that I'm involved in, the Eliminate Project, which is about the business of ridding the world of maternal neonatal tetanus. In this time when the vaccine's been available since the 30s,
there's no
child
excuse.
should die.
That's
none.
And that's about access and resources,
it's about access and resources and knowledge that the women and their countrymen need to understand that you can't cut the umbilical cord with a stick and fed it with testing stores. So we're about education, access, and knowledge.
Dr. Johnson, if I show up at some of these events, what am I likely to see, and what am I likely to experience in this 100th anniversary?
Well, we're very proud that we have several events going on this week. We started off on Tuesday with Detroit City Council. We were presented with a proclamation honoring Kiwanis with their 100th anniversary. Likewise, the governor of the state had also proclaimed yesterday, which is January 21st, Kiwanis Day in Michigan.
So did the mayor.
And so did the mayor. So did the mayor, you're right. And the rest of the week, Wednesday we did Cesar Chavez Academy. One of the things that Kiwanis has done and done so well is books for children. That's one of our signature projects, is providing books. We've provided over 1.5 million books to children over the past 12 years. And we went to Cesar Chavez Academy and we read. The Kiwanis members read to the children, grades 1 through 2. And that was a wonderful, fun event. And we did the blood drive yesterday. And two hospitals, Children's Hospital of Michigan and Beaumont Children's Hospital, where they took teddy bears and they took dolls to children who suffer traumatic and sick children. And Friday we'll have the dessert reception, which is sold out, by the way. If you want to come, it's too late. The dessert reception.
Too late for that one.
Too late. It's at the Detroit Historical Museum. And then Saturday is the culmination of our events, which will be our big concert and dinner.
One of the things at the Historical Museum, we have a huge exhibit.
Yes.
And it's a very nice exhibit. It'll be there until the middle of March as well. So
and the unveiling of the Detroit #1 marker will be
historical marker was redone, and we raised money and redid the historical marker. It's going to be unveiled that Friday night. It's also going to be on display at the banquet at the Renaissance Ballroom on Saturday.
As club president at the 100th anniversary, tell me about where Kiwanis is headed in the future. What are some of the things that you see it doing in the next 100 years?
Well, one of the things, our international president, Dr. John Button, who's from Ridgetown, Ontario, he's no stranger to our area.
Right, that's not too far.
Isn't that right? Not far at all. And his slogan for the year is "The Way Ahead." It's his slogan, "The Way Ahead." So we want to move ahead. He said we have to move with the times. Many of the area of growth in Kiwanis, the most growth in Kiwanis is in Asia and in Latin America.
Okay.
In the United States, membership has been declining. So our effort here is to increase membership and to realize that many of our members can't come to noon meetings. We meet at noon on Tuesdays, the first and third Tuesdays.
I know that as someone who's been asked to speak at Kiwanis Club meetings over the years. It's always at noon, right?
So we have the option now. You can have a satellite club. You can meet at a cafe with people who can't come to evening meetings or noon meetings. They can meet among themselves, still be part of our club, but not have to come to those meetings, and still just do service projects. Say we're going to do one service project every 3 months, and have meetings, even if it's over the internet.
Right.
And they can still be a member of Kiwanis. So we have to change our organization in order for membership to grow.
Right. And you are part of a 3-generation involvement in Kiwanis, correct?
Yes, my dad was a member and president of the club. He joined in '73 and became a president in 1977. He was the first African-American president of the club, Number One Club. And he was involved in sales, and someone invited him to come to the club. He invited me to come out to a service project, and we were doing work with what was called then the John Lee Handicap Center, but now it's the Williamson Educational Center.
Okay.
I think it's on the east side near Warren and Kedju, and we were having a big Christmas party for the children. Bought presents, had a party. And I just fell in love with what was going on. Yeah. So I started.
So you joined.
I joined, and my daughter and my wife also joined. So I'm really excited that the family is all part of it.
Yeah. Dr. Johnson, one of the things that strikes me about Kiwanis is how diverse an organization it is. You have Kiwanis members, like I said, 600,000 all around the globe, and in this country, it's in really disparate places. I mean, Detroit is really different from someplace else.
All of them are different. We all do service projects, but each club does different things, you know. But the primary goal is children.
Right.
And that's what drew me into it. And I think most of the people who are involved, because we make a difference in the lives of children, and that's the bottom line.
Right, right. Locally, of course, children in Detroit in particular, you know, are in a really vulnerable spot. There's lots of things that they need and need done for them. What's Kiwanis engaged with there?
And the largest one that Eric just mentioned is the Books for Kids.
Right.
We looked at when the libraries were starting to close, children did not have access to reading material. So in addition to providing the books for the children, our members also take the time to read with them and to work with them on promoting literacy. And some of our members also recognize that literacy is a family issue,
right,
and that you have to read and instruct parents to read. So we're about that business too. One of the tools that we also have is a local assessment. What does the community need that we can come in and work with them to do?
And is that what led you to the literacy issue here in Detroit?
Absolutely. The declining number of branch libraries.
Yeah, no, that's right. They keep closing them.
That's right.
Yeah.
One of the things that's really exciting is that people want to work with us. And so we don't try to do a lot of things ourselves. We collaborate with others. Like we work with the Salvation Army, for instance, go out with the bed and bread truck. We'll go work with the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. We actually raise money for public TV here.
Right.
We came out, usually once a year we come out and help with that. So we work with other organizations. And we also provide a lot of campership opportunities for youth in the city of Detroit.
Yeah.
And one of the things that makes Kiwanis different from some of the other service organizations is the leadership growth opportunities. That's very important to our organization nationally, internationally, to promote such opportunities. And we are the only service club that has clubs for developmentally disabled adults.
Okay.
And that's called the Action Club. And our club is one of the big sponsors in the area. And our partner is Cass Community Social Services, and they are very involved in aspects of service, singing to vets, singing to seniors, and the 25 members of the Action Club are very, very, very loving and excited to be a part.
And we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk.
Right.
Because Kiwanis has raised over $100 million for children.
For children.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's a remarkable.
Right. Okay. Well, it was great to have you guys here, and happy 100th birthday.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.